What's up, guys? Chris with CNC for Newbies here. Just wanted to go live and show you guys um, how I do my tests for different moldings and stuff. I showed you guys the moldings for my daughter's room and the bed set that I'm doing. I'm actually doing test cuts right now to make sure I got some good speeds and feeds going. Um, I'm just doing it in white pine, and then we'll go from there. You'll notice I'm holding the phone up. I don't want you to think that it's a crotch cam, as somebody so succinctly put it. Um, I listen and read all of your comments. I apologize. Sometimes my camera work isn't the best, but I'm holding my phone with this right here, and I'm going live while I'm trying to work with clients and while I'm trying to work on parts. So keep that in mind. But right now, I'm cutting at 180 inches a minute, quarter-inch depth of cut, and I'm doing a 3D carve with an Amana 2 flute upcut, uh, 46321K, the Spectra Coat quarter-inch 2 flute upcut bit with the long reach. We're using a 7/8 milled white pine board. It started off as an inch. I went through, I planed one side, then I planed the other side, and I connected it onto the spoil board with 4 screws just as a test. The moldings themselves are 0.6215, so almost 5/8 of an inch thick on a 3/4 inch board. So I should have some room to do a profile cut and make tabs and be able to set everything up right. So that's the lowdown on what's cutting right now. I will be doing the finishing cut with a 0.5 millimeter radius, 4.82 degree tapered ball nose end mill with a quarter-inch shank. And I'll be running that roughly at about a 450 inches a minute. Um, we're using the C4N, the CNC for Newbies Pro 4896 rack and pinion with the Z-axis ball screw. We are going to be putting that as standard option here on the Pro machines shortly, and go from there with that. This Z-axis is amazing. I can't wait to try. I want to try and get that for the 750 inches a minute, like I did on the Last Supper. But being that these are some of the first big 3D cuts, that's that's where I'm kind of holding off on things. I'm just testing everything out because I have the new spoil board on and everything like that. Um, let's go to camera. We're gonna flip it to the back. So we're actually, like I said, I'm running at 180 inches a minute. Uh, I'm probably on the moldings. I'm going to bump that up, and I'm going to take it up to probably about 300 inches a minute on the rough cut. And I'll do that uh, on the X, Y, and Z because I have the ball screw. It'll move much faster, much easier. But that's where we're at with Okay. Um, Now you guys will notice my spindle is a little bit quieter than most. This is B&R's quiet run spindle. Um, they're doing a lot of really cool things, and I really like this one compared to the older model spindle. Um, I mean, there's no loud fan running right now. I can hear my computer fan, and that's about it for fans. Um, and then the tooling, as I said, the roughing is being done with an Amana 46321K Spectracoat bit. Um, I don't have any long reach. I typically would use a Sky One CNC. Uh, I tend to like them in Amana, um, but I didn't have any long reach ones on hand. Um, they the Sky One CNC bits are about half the price of the Amana bits, if not a little less than that. So I think they're a really good bang for your buck if you're trying to get into this stuff. The finish pass, I'll do, like I said, this is going to be an SPE uh, point 0.5 millimeter radius tapered ball nose. And mainly because that's what I have on hand and in stock. Um, but the bits are performing flawlessly. The spindle's performing flawlessly. The machine's performing flawlessly. UCCNC is working awesome. Um, I think that this molding is going to turn out so beautiful. Um, my daughter is really questioning whether or not she wants it. Um, but I think we're going to paint the whole thing black. We're going to paint it all black, and then we're going to do a um, a gold glazing on it. So it'll be black and gold. So it'll have kind of gold highlights on a black base. And the reason being, my daughter's room is gray walls with black trim. So she wants it to match her other stuff. Um, Real quick, my step over right now for roughing, I'm doing it at 40%. I'll probably bump that up to 80%. Um, it just, at 40%, it gives a good setup. Let's go ahead and bump that up. There's 230. And I have my Z speed is set to the same as my X and Y. So my Z is moving at roughly 234 inches a minute at max. It's probably never going to reach that on this unless it's over on the edges. I have a, you'll notice I have a offset of a 1/2 inch vector, and I'm doing a vector boundary to clear out around the molding. That way I get a nice edge on the molding. I then have a 1/4 inch offset boundary for the tapered ball nose. So the tapered ball nose will go a 1/4 inch out. And what that'll allow is a clearance for the taper. So the taper doesn't put any odd cuts in the edge as it clears it. And then I'll actually do my profile cut to release the molding. with tabs, and I'll do that on the outside of a vector boundary right around the molding. So that's how I get my clean edges around the molding. I did a roster Z instead of a Z level cut. It's just something I like. I like that setup better. That's my personal preference on how to run this. And then whenever I do my tapered ball nose, I actually do it at a 45-degree angle across. I find that helps with cleaning everything up and giving me a nice crisp cut. That's going to be beautiful when it comes out. I'm going to turn you guys around here. Camera to the front. Okay, so I'll take you guys up top to the design, and I'll show you guys the design of what's actually cutting on there, and we'll go from there. My loft office. Let's go to settings, camera, front, cross out. Okay, so there's actually what I'm doing. And this is that outside boundary box, the vector boundary that I installed for the rough cut. Then this is the 1/4 inch offset for the tapered ball nose. So you guys can see that. And then this will be the profile line that I'll cut on the outside of. And I'm going to make sure that I keep the sharp corners. Okay. And then I was checking over here. I was checking to make sure the model was up to the surface of the wood. That way I had some material holding it. Then we'll go through. That's what we're going to make as a wainscoting molding, and then turn that into a crown molding also. So that's what's actually cutting on the machine, doing the rough cut right now. Okay. So I don't see any comments. I don't see any questions as far as needing any assistance on doing this stuff. So I guess at this point, I'll let you guys go. Have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later.